Hello and welcome to day 40 of my 365-day iPhone video challenge. Now, as you know, if you're a good Catholic boy from Ireland like I am, you will know that God flooded the world for 40 days. You will know that Moses fasted for 40 days. You will know Jesus wandered through the wilderness for 40 days. So what am I doing after 40 days? I'm giving you my new and improved version of the brain to help you understand where your worries and anxiety are coming from and how to deal with them. So, for this, I need your two hands to explain this. So I'm going to start with the right hand side of the brain. This is the right hand side of your brain. And this is the brain stem. This is the limbic system and the amygdala. And as you know, the limbic system and amygdala process emotion and the fight or flight response. And then you have the thinking part of your brain, the cortex, the rational thought, the planning, that goes over there. And that is the right hand side of the brain. And then you have the left hand side of the brain. And again, you have your brainstem there, you have the limbic system and amygdala, and you have the cortex there, and they come together to form the whole brain. You see that little heart shape there at the front? That's your face, which is lovely. So you have the right hand side of the brain and the left hand side of the brain. Now, there are a number of different types of fears and anxiety, worries and anxieties that occur in the brain. So we're just going to cover three very briefly. Some people can be in a certain situation or in a certain building or just go out somewhere and immediately get nervous and feel anxiety, and they don't understand why. Now that occurs in the limbic system bit of the brain. So we're not going to cover that today, but that's where that occurs. Then there are other types. So we're now going to talk about worry. Now, worry occurs in the left-hand side of the brain. It's where the verbal stuff comes from. It's the one that, where negative thoughts in your head during the day, where you might be looking at a potential scenario for the day and thinking, what am I going to say when they say that? You might be looking at things from all sorts of perspectives. You might be ruminating about things that happened in the past and wish you'd said or done something different. The verbal, that bit of the brain, the cortex, that happens in the cortex, the left-hand side there, the cortex. Now, the right-hand side is to do with worry. And what happens is, so let's say that you've got the left-hand side of the brain and your partner hasn't come home. And you're going, maybe the car's broken down, or maybe there's been traffic, or maybe they've had a flat tire. Now you're worried and you're thinking about it and you're thinking of all the options, but you're not anxious just yet. Now, anxious occurs in the right hand side of the brain, and it's where worry gets combined with imagination, which is non-verbal, and you start to picture things where you start to go, maybe they've had a car crash, and you picture the car crash. Maybe they're lying dead in a ditch. Maybe they're decapitated. Yeah. When all that catastrophizing imagination kicks in, that occurs in the right-hand side of the brain. So you have worry on the left in the cortex, and then worry on the right, or anxiety on the right, which is the right-hand side of the cortex, which floats straight down to the amygdala. And what happens then? You have your fight or flight response. You have all the cortisol and the adrenaline. You feel really terrible. So those different things happen on different sides of the brain. Worry on the left, anxiety on the right, around the cortex. So we're going to spend the next few days looking at how we can control those different types of worry and anxiety on the cortex. See you tomorrow. Bye.